Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Remy Price will prove he's truly off his rocker as he takes his stalking to the coming position. Electra Forrester is presently trapped in Remy's apartment, so what will she do next? It's possible Electra will realize she needs to change effects up and maybe pretend she's on Remy's side. Electra might try to make Remy believe they still have an unborn together after all. That could potentially give Electra an advantage if she can drop Remy's guard long enough to flee. Whatever the case, Electra will indeed manage to get out of Remy's lair, but she won't get veritably fair. Remy will follow Electra to what appears to be a storehouse basement, so she'll have to hide while Remy goes on the quest for his preoccupation. At Forrester Creations, Will Spencer will explain why Katie Logan has been completely illegal to Electra, who got fired over prints that weren't indeed real. Katie may be skeptical of the whole deep fake thing at first, but Will may point out some excrescencies in the picture to back up his claims. Of course, Ivy Forrester will be there to confirm this isn't the first time Electra's dealt with deep fake drama. Since someone targeted Electra with phony libelous prints, before she indeed came to Los Angeles, Ivy will contend it's passing again. When Katie wonders who would kill Electra like this, Will may point the cutlet straight in Remy's direction. It may not be long until Will goes looking for Remy to defy him. Still, Electra may eventually ill Will's plans with an SOS and let him know she's wedged in a parlous situation. In the meantime, Luna Nozawa will face Bill Spencer's pressure. Although Luna is contending for Bill's backing and a path to freedom, he won't budge on helping her until she tells him the real story of her horrible crimes. Bill's going to push for the minatory verity behind Paul Hollister and Tom Starr's fatal issues. It sounds like Bill will end by Luna's temporary insanity defense, so he may prompt her to come clean about her crooked study process. Luna will struggle to come clean without fully turning Bill off to the idea of helping her. Nonetheless, Luna may play this just right since Bill's going to give her some rules to follow laterally. Indeed, if Bill walks out on Luna, our B&B prognostications indicate he'll be back and may come more willing to deliver her. Bill's going to get tangled up in quite a mess, so stay tuned for updates on any big Luna news to come. Remy Price has been exposed as Electra Forrester's snooper. Remy will probably get transferred to an internal health installation. During a recent interview, Christian mentioned that he thinks Remy has a lot of deep trauma and pain, along with some important feelings. When Remy gets treatment, could Electra find her heart divided? Keep reading, and let's talk about what could be next in this plot. When Will Spencer came back to Los Angeles, he no way anticipated to meet someone like Electra. Will was incontinently smitten with Electra from the moment he saw her. Will has always felt that Electra was different from the other girls, and he liked that. In fact, there was a really lovable scene in which Electra talked about being a nerd in high academy, commodity Will set up hard to believe. Still, Electra came to Los Angeles for a fresh launch. Where Electra came from, there was a print reproach. One that lowered her to the point where her own musketeers wouldn't indeed talk to her. It sounded enough traumatizing for Electra, especially since the prints weren't indeed of her real body. Now it's passing again. Unfortunately, Electra had to find out that the person responsible was someone she trusted. Deacon Sharp gave Electra a key to Remy's apartment. The eatery's bathrooms were being handled by conservation, and Electra just wanted to clean up her gash-stained face. When Electra set up her prints each over Remy's wall, she realized that he was her snooper all this time. While Electra does manage to escape, Remy follows her to a parking garage. It's suggested that Will might be the one to save Electra. In fact, the daily spoilers state that Will and Remy get into a fierce fight. While Remy might be arrested, I see an internal institution in his future rather than captivity. That means at some point, Remy will get released. Remy might try to get redemption with Electra. For some reason, I keep getting Thope vibes with this plot. Remy reminds me a bit of Thomas Forrester's once preoccupation with Hope Logan. It would be intriguing to see how Remy earns redemption and what that means for Electra's future. Electra Forrester tries to hide. Still, a rageful Remy Price is hunting his prey down. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer sees Luna Nozawa's injuries after a captivity beating. Elektra hyperventilates when she sees all her faked prints covering Remy's wall. Remy suddenly comes in, so Elektra hides. Remy takes his shirt off and enters the restroom. Remy hears commodity. When Elektra runs out, Remy chases her down. Remy says that Forrester Creations turned their tails on her. Remy adds that Forrester Creations can live without her, but he can't. Remy confesses to making the fakes. Elektra is affrighted to learn that Remy is why she was fired. Remy claims he'd no choice. Remy says they're meant to be together, and Will Spencer was getting between them. Remy wants Elektra to go down with him. Elektra says that Remy is sick and he's going to jail. Remy knows he went too far, but he loves her. Elektra tries to run, but Remy stops her. Over at Forrester Creations, Ivy Forrester and Will want to find out why Elektra was really fired. Will calls it insane. Will ain't give up until he gets the verity. Will doesn't suppose Elektra did anything wrong. In the CEO office, Carter Walton and Hope Logan talk to Katie Logan about Elektra's termination. They all agree it was the right thing to do. Forrester Creations can't go a reproach. Katie feels bad for Will as he doesn't know Elektra any better than they do. They prepare for a meeting with Fanny Grayson. Forrester Creations is awaiting a collaboration. Katie thinks it's the perfect fit. They said that about Elektra, too. Fanny comes by and incontinently asks about all the changes. Fanny also wants to know why Ridge Forrester isn't there. Fanny also asks about Brooke. Logan Hope says her mama is attending to particular matters. The meeting begins and they start scattering incense on wrists and smelling one another. Fanny gets a textbook and has to leave. After Fanny exits, Will and Ivy barge in and demand answers about Elektra. Carter and Hope advise Katie to explain. Katie shows Will the prints of Elektra and says she's not as innocent as she seems. Will incontinently can tell they're deep fakes. Oops, how disturbing for Katie and Brooke. Bill goes to visit Luna at the captivity. Bill is frightened by Luna's injuries from a captivity attack. Luna tells Bill the other women bully her. Well, you're in captivity, Luna. It's not going to be toys and fruit snacks. Luna claims she can't hold on much longer. Luna says she had temporary insanity and Bill is the only bone who understands her. Luna insists that she's not making defenses, but she would indeed be in captivity if it weren't for Penelope Poppy Nozawa. Wow, Luna. Just a laddie delusional, aren't we? Luna begs Bill to get her out of there. Bill visits Luna in captivity again, this time chancing her bruised and beaten. Is Bill starting to watch about Luna? Will and Ivy demand that Hope and Carter tell them why Elektra was fired. Eventually, French actress and songster Elsa Esnault returns to Fanny Grayson, pitching an incense line for Forrester Creations. It sounds like a Friday full of surprises that you clearly don't want to miss. Luna has been trying to work her way back into Bill's life. She wrote letters, pouring her heart out to him about how only he understands her. Although Bill threw the letters into the fire, they did goad him to visit her in jail. This time, Bill gets a big shock when he goes to see Luna. She appears to him with her face all cut and bruised. Is someone in captivity abusing Luna, or is she just making it look that way? Will Bill's toughened heart start to melt for Luna? Meanwhile, Will and Ivy approach Carter and hope to find out why Elektra was fired from Forrester. Will formerly disaccorded with Katie over this, but he didn't get any answers. Adding to the excitement at Forrester Creations, Fanny Grayson returns to pitch an incense line to the company. This would be just in line with Carter's vision of creating a global luxury brand. Does he give her the go-ahead from the get-go? Songster Fanny Grayson returns to Forrester Creations, this time with an incense line to pitch. Ivy and Will defy Hope and Carter, demanding answers about Elektra. Bill makes an astounding discovery when he visits Luna in captivity.